Ready to switch gears and move over to the.
I am. I want to know about used cars, especially wholesale used cars.
Man, it is crazy. And again, I guess just to preface this, today the
Yes.
Fed came out and they're saying that the consumer price index went up 5.4%
Mm,
for the most recent term, which is the highest we've ever had inflation CPI in a long, long time. The one note from that, Dad, though, that came out was that used car prices in September went
yeah.
down. Okay. And that's like kind of something that some people are hanging their hats on. You, me, and the 300 or so people that are live here and the thousands that are going to watch and listen to this afterwards.
Yes.
We all
Yes.
know that as of October, used car prices have been going the opposite direction.
Yes, they have, and they will continue for quite some time, I fear.
And our friends over at Black Book have us really locked and loaded with the latest wholesale updates and retail updates as well.
Yes.
Again, what I think we saw in some of the CPI was this section. Now, what was that? 8 weeks ago, 6 weeks ago, where we had week over week declines in wholesale prices. We have your dad again, a more than half a point increase in wholesale used car prices week over week.
Yes, which is when you annualize it, and I annualize it if it's a percent a week. That's 52% a year. And somebody said to me, well, no, it's more than that because you got to compound it. I don't know from compounding. I just know that those type of numbers should not be sustainable. But every time I've said that, I've been proven wrong because they just continue to go up in value. And it's not normal for this time of year to be seeing that.
I mean, look at 2017 to 2019. Average for this same week was a 4.44% decline in week over week wholesale prices. Last week was a 0.53% increase in wholesale prices. This week was a 0.57% increase in wholesale prices.
So historically speaking, these are not numbers that we would expect to see this time of year. Historically, this is the time of year where the used car wholesale values are declining. And then ultimately that would be reflected in the used car retail asking prices. But we don't see that happening. Although there has been some slowing as to the number of days supply that dealers have. The average turn has gone up from 34 days to 36 days, but that is half of what a dealer would normally expect, because most dealerships operate on what they call a 60-day turn policy, a 60-day aging policy, where if you haven't sold a vehicle within 60 days, you take it to the auction and you sell it. And in today's world, if that was the case for a dealer, they could probably make money if they took their car to the auction, because they could sell it for more than what they own it for. But typically, dealers would expect to sell out and sell down in a 60-day turn rate, and this is at a 36-day turn rate.
We got a couple comments in the chat pops that I think are timely. David Andrews over on Facebook Live saying it looks like a roller coaster,
and a scary one at that.
And one that's going up to the top right now, which is challenging. We've got XP50 player KBB must be scratching their heads right now. They can't keep up. They legitimately can't keep up.
Well, and even our friends at Black Book have said to us that it's hard for them to keep up. They're trying to update their information on a daily basis, and even that's hard for them.
And I just wanted to mention, we are going to probably try and see if we can get the team over at Black Book here on the show. Talk to us live about what's going on in the market. Let us know in the chat or in the comments of the video, or back again on all the different dating apps that we might be syndicated out to. Let us know if you want us to try and get the team over at Black Book on. Hopefully they can share some insights with us as well.
Is there a dating app called Your Perfect Car Match?
Now I have to buy another domain name.
Damn it.
And we've got a comment here from Ray Glaze as well. Maybe I can sell my Subaru at a profit. Yes.
Oh, probably. Yes. Well, depending upon what you paid for it, but more than likely you can.
Even if you bought it 6 weeks ago, it's worth considerably more right
Yes,
now. Let's look at this broken down by the different types of vehicles, Dad.
absolutely.
Let me pull the data back up for you. Oh, one thing before we do, I want to talk about the retail implications of what's going on. There's a chart in the Black Book report. I'm going to try and make it as big as I can for you, Pops. The purple line represents this year, 2021, and this is a graph representing week over week changes in retail prices. So we just talked a
Gotcha.
moment ago that there was a little more than a half point increase in used wholesale prices. What's happening on the retail market?
Oh
If
my
you're
God.
listening after you're watching this, or if you're not able to watch this live, it's hit the highest point it's ever hit before, not by a little amount. I mean, what's going on? We're at a 28% increase. The same used car that would have been listed retail on January 1st of 2021 versus today, October 13th of 2021, is 28% more expensive today than it
Than it
was
was
then.
and I may I say that's not normal.
You don't have to be some big brained Harvard MBA or NB. Is it NBA or is it MBA?
I think it's the National Basketball Association. Yes.
Yeah, you don't have to be a Harvard National Basketball Association to know that something's up here.
Yeah.
Like, this is not good. It's really not good.
Yeah.
Cars are not supposed to appreciate 28%.
No.
We had a thoughtful donation from Jenny Richards. Hi guys, it's getting scary out there right now. Yeah, we completely agree.
Imagine what's going to happen when we hit Halloween.
So now, Dad, let's turn our attention back to specific segments of vehicles. Let me zoom out here a little
And
bit.
there were some, especially on the car side, that really surprised me.
All right, so here's what we're looking at. This is wholesale again, week over week. Cars as a segment went up 0.65% week
Yes.
over week. What surprised you here, Dad?
Well, that sporty cars and sporty premium cars went back up. This is the time of year when those cars absolutely go down in value compared to every other segment, because this is not the time of year for sports cars. But even those have seen increases from last week to this week, and the prior week they had both, if I remember correctly, seen declines in their wholesale values. So we're seeing some things that we just don't normally see.
And then there's obviously a lot of continued pressure on subcompact cars, compact cars, mid-sized cars. The reason, our hypothesis for why we're seeing that is because, again, quote unquote, most attainable, most affordable.
Yes.
In other videos, we've had other conversations around the Mitsubishi Mirage going up 50% in its value year over year.
Yes.
Still like the only sub $15,000 average used car out there. No wonder it's going up in price.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then when we look at the truck segment, truck and SUV, Dad, vans, we have joked about it now for probably at least half a year about how we should have put all our money into full size or just any type of van.
Better than Bitcoin.
Better than anything.
Yes.
I mean, compact vans at wholesale market went up 1.25 last week. Full size vans up nearly a point week over week. They are appreciating like no one's business. I mean, this is incredible.
Yes, it really is. And, whether they be delivery vans or whatever, it's just, it is hard to get your hands on them. And so there's a shortage of them. They're hard to come by. If you want to come by them, you gotta really pay up on a wholesale level to be able to get them for your used car inventory.